In November 2005, TV presenter Ben Fogle and Olympic gold medalist James Cracknell set out on one of the world's toughest challenges, to row 3,000 miles across the Atlantic Ocean.
Are we crazy? Half the stuff's outside, being swept overboard.
They would face the worst weather the Atlantic could throw at them.
We've come too far to go back.
Their only protection, a tiny 24-foot rowing boat. The crossing would take 2 months and see Ben and James push to their absolute limits.
We're gasping.
Lack of food, lack of sleep.
We follow their epic voyage with exclusive footage that captures their life-changing journey.
Antigua, here we come!
As they go through hell and high water. TV presenter Ben Fogle and Olympian James Cracknell are planning to take part in the 2005 Atlantic rowing race. Whereas most teams have spent 2 years preparing for this race, Ben and James have struggled with just over 2 months. They've bought safety kit, been on survival courses, and most importantly for Ben, learnt to row. But now it's the time of reckoning. The race starts in just 5 days. After a desperately short preparation time in the UK, Ben and James have finally arrived on the island of La Gomera in the Canaries for the start of the Atlantic Challenge. 26 teams will be setting out from this island on their journey across the Atlantic to Antigua, 3,000 miles away. It will take anywhere between 39 and 111 days to cross. By any standards, it's an epic adventure. More people have climbed Everest than have rowed the Atlantic. All the other teams are nearly ready for the start. They've built their boats, fitted them out, rowed, and even lived in them. But Ben and James's boat hasn't even been in the water yet, and already there's a major problem.
We've got a big hole in the boat. After more time underneath this boat than on top of it.
The hole in our boat is a disaster. It was actually very small, and it was just luck that James spotted it, actually.
It was actually an accident on the trailer. It fell off the trailer and smacked into one of the supporting struts on the trailer, which then punched through the boat.
We were supposed to get the boat in today. I don't know if we will anymore. But like I say, I undoubtedly will be the last boat in the water.
In addition to fixing the hole in the boat, Ben and James have to attend daily safety lectures arranged by the race organisers.
On any chart, the latitude scale is always up on the side.
All of the boats have to be safety checked by the race committee. If they're not up to scratch, then they can't take part. They've just discovered that the boys have the wrong life raft. If they can't get a new one, then the dream will be over before it's even started.
They say it's going to arrive on Saturday now, 1 day before we actually set out.
The life raft is due to arrive the day before race start on Sunday. If there's the slightest delay, they won't be racing. And there's still so much to do on the boat. Whilst Olympic athlete James is concerned about a high-performance diet, Ben seems more concerned about sweets.
These are our snack bags. We have a packet of peanuts to share. That's a good bag. See, it's like a pick and mix. That's a lucky one. One chocolate chip mousse that we have to share. And we have a pepperami to share. And then we have 4 chocolate bars, 2 each. It's great.
Looks like we've got some bartering as well to do in there. I'll sort you my sausage for your nuts.
The last boat, apart from Ben and James, is being lowered into the water. All competitors have to row their boats for at least 18 hours at sea before race start. So far, the boys have managed a grand total of 0. As one of the world's top athletes, James is used to having a large support team behind him. He's finding it tough that they have to sort out all their own problems.
It would have been nice to get out there, really get a feel for it and sort a lot of the little problems out, because we're not going to have a chance to work out the teething problems. We're almost going to have to get it right first time, which we haven't done in anything else, so there's no reason to think we're going to get that right as soon as we put the boat on the water. But it is difficult for me, when you see people doing all their go faster stuff and we're still building the bottom of our boat. It's certainly starting to get on my nerves.
It's competitiveness. Even more than ever now, this is an adventure that I'm taking part in, and an adventure is getting from A to B. and rowing across the Atlantic for me. That is all I care about. And I'm happy to go with James's must win, must come first, must win the race. I'm happy to go along with that, but he's becoming slightly obsessed by it now, and it's driving him crazy. He'll tell you that. It's driving him crazy.
But reinforcements have arrived. James's young son, Croyd, is a welcome relief for everyone.
Did you have a nice day? Who's that?
Row your boat. He's gone all shy of me now.
James is going to be away at sea for months, and he'll be away for Christmas. It's especially tough for him having to leave his 2-year-old son behind. Thursday morning. Race start is only 3 days away, and Ben and James are still not on the water. While everyone else is out training, the boys still have everything to do before they can even start their 18 hours of sea trials. And to make matters worse, yet another problem has arisen.
Water maker. I mean, we've spoken to some of the people who've done it before and the organisers, and the consensus is we have a water maker on board that's quite an old version. Everyone just looks at it and just goes... And we just had our safety meeting this morning where basically the conclusion is that most boats that drop out of this race is because of technical problems with their water maker.
It's a tough decision. If the water maker fails, it's game over. But installing a new one will put them even further behind. Time they can't afford to lose.
Yeah.
The thing is, we put so much time and so much energy into this that to skimp on $2,500 and get 35 days out there and then say, sorry, we're not going to make it, we need help.
Okay, let's make a decision now then.
Croyd, should we take the big water maker or the small water maker?
That's a good way to decide.
Hooray!
Hooray for which one? The big one?
Hooray!
Well, there we are then.
The delicate operation to install the new water maker begins, and the clock is ticking.
It is very late in the day to be doing it. There's no way we'd chosen to change the most important component on our boat 2 days before we start, but it is the most important component on our boat.
It's not great, is it?
I think maybe Ben feels a bit worse about it because he was the one that sorted out the water maker and the life raft. But then again, I was the one that sorted out the boat, and there's things that we'd have done differently on that had we known what you can and can't do. But it's tough because other teams are playing football, a bit of water polo, just going for a nice relaxing paddle. We're sanding, cleaning, fitting new bits of equipment. We've still got loads of stuff to do from our scrutineering. So we're definitely up against it.
In the nick of time, Ben's family arrived to lend a helping hand.
Look at you, hi.
And there's lots of them.
You look tan.
It's just we're working on the boat. Sorry.
What have you done to study his nose?
As well as bringing much needed emotional support, their families have also brought some essentials that slipped through the net, including 2 poo buckets.
Mummy chose the colours.
There was no choice.
You get 2 bags you want first.
See, they only brought James. Well, no, because I think you'll squat, won't you?
4 hours later, and at last the new water maker is up and running. But it's set them even further back.
We have water.
They now have even less time to catch up with all the other teams. Later that evening, and with 60 hours before race start, the boys are being visited by Race Safety Officer Lynn Parker. Word has reached her that it's a complete disaster at the boat. She wants to find out for herself just how serious the problem is.
What we've just been doing is talking about the chaoticness down here, and we've just come down to see what else needs doing to see how we can speed it up, really.
We're not too well. We would have been in the water state, but we changed the water maker after the meeting.
Okay.
It's Lynn's responsibility to make sure that they have all the right safety equipment and qualifications. With the boys' preparations so far behind, she means business. If they can't impress her, then she'll disqualify them.
So your axes, where are they mounted?
They're not yet.
Right. Okay. So you need to see your life jackets marked with your boat identity number. It's really weird. Right, the grab bag has to be in that locker.
Oh, in a locker? Can't be down here?
No. Right.
We're going
I
through
see.
final
Classic
scrutineering,
boys trick.
but we
Try and make
haven't
it
really done
work
half of
for
it.
you.
We haven't had time. So James is trying to describe how to use the hand pump that we just got, that we don't know how to use.
And then the bombshell.
Major piece of missing from your documentation is this boat is illegal at the moment. It doesn't have a ship's radio licence. It doesn't have like a car tax
Yes,
disc.
I will do that.
Right, I would be surprised if you managed to get one at this late notice. It's usually like one of those things that takes a week to apply for.
Okay. Okay.
You need it,
Okay.
definitely.
Yep.
If it takes a week to apply for, and we've got 3 days.
Yep,
What does that mean? We don't go.
yep. You need a licence.
Okay.
So you need to spend all your time on
Hi
the
there.
phone to the licence people and sweet talk them into
Thanks.
fast tracking it for you.
Well, I mean, the bottom line is that with a lot of sweet talking, if we can't get it, then we can't take part in the race, and that's that.
The lack of preparation is giving Lynn major concerns. She's decided to call an emergency meeting with the race organisers to see if anything can be done.
Okay, we'll see you over there.
Okay.
Okay.
Cheers, boys.
Thank you.
I think they're far from ready. I think they're very unprepared, and I think they've got an awful lot to do to get to the start line.
People have been playing for 2 years, and you go, don't worry about it. Well, we're pretty up against it now, eh?
Yeah.
I want to get that certificate from somewhere.
I think we'd probably enter, but just not in the race. That's what it would be.
Yeah.
We're not turning back. We're not going. Just might mean we're not taking part in the Woodville race, and they might not be backing us up. That's that. We're still taking part.
The most important thing they haven't completed yet is 18 hours rowing. They've got to go out and row for 18 hours and find out what works, what doesn't, what breaks, and then come in and fix it before they can actually be certain that the boat's capable of going across the ocean. If they don't convince me they're safe enough, they will not be going.
It's finally hitting home that they may not be allowed to take part in the race, and the tension is really starting to show.
Well, basically, Lynn has read the riot act and said that we can't take part in the race unless we conform to X, Y, and Z. She doesn't think we've done enough preparation. She doesn't think our boat's ready. She doesn't think we're competent. Just demoralised and sort of pissed off, I suppose.
I don't feel particularly worried about us in terms of safety, but then they feel there's a big problem because we're not that worried.
I'm struggling with this already. I'm terrified about it.
Last night I found it really hard to go to sleep thinking about what it's going to be like out in the middle of the Atlantic, but I'm not going to tell anyone else that. So just because I don't tell the safety officer how scared I am doesn't mean that we're not worried about the middle of the Atlantic. That would be stupid.
I don't know, part of me just wants to go, well, forget it.
Ben's adamant that he's going to head out regardless.
We could row James and I could set off and row across this ocean.
It'd be a tough call to head out there without any guaranteed safety backing. Ben's adamant he wants to do it. I've got a young boy and a wife, and I don't think I could just row off out there the same way he says he could.
Friday morning, 2 days until race start. Ben and James are completely up against it. If they aren't ready by 5 p.m, then Lynn will end their dream of crossing the Atlantic.
We have 3 hours to get this boat on the water. James is doing his VHF course, which was rather foolishly omitted. And yeah, if we don't get this boat in by 4, then we won't be doing it.
There's still so much to do before Lynn's next inspection, let alone finding a home for shark repellent, champagne, and Ben's Christmas decorations. Everyone's helping, even some of the other competitors.
So you got sealing, you've got a hand drill. I can get all this stuff from my boat if we need it.
Was that get any good, the stuff that we got?
He is really stressed. There's no stress I've ever seen him. Definitely the most stressed this week. I just think he just doesn't know what to do anymore. I really think he's on the verge of just bursting into tears and just saying I don't know what to do anymore. But he won't. He'll keep on going until he can't anymore. He's not Ben at the moment. Ben is usually always quite chilled. You say something to him and he doesn't take it in. He just walks along like he's in a daze. You know, all of this, can you imagine they go home with their tail between their legs and, you know, it's a great big kick up the arse for both of them. It's what they needed. It's a shame it didn't happen 3 days ago.
We get someone who knows how to.
Ben has even managed to rope in one of the race organisers.
Could you do that? Yeah.
But it seems that everyone else is on the water, apart from our boys. But with this many hands on deck, they may just stand a fighting chance.
I'll go by.
The length of the drone.
And then at last, a bit of good news. The missing life raft has finally arrived.
I'm immensely relieved the raft is here. Lynn cannot complain that it's wrong. Right.
And then James returns from his VHF radio course.
Congratulations, did you pass your test?
I had the highest score ever on
Did
La
you?
Gomera.
Oh, James.
James may have passed with flying colours,
She's on her way over, apparently.
but will it be enough to satisfy Lynn?
I actually like most people, and I don't warm to her one single bit. She's doing her job, I can see that, and you know, she has an immense pressure on her to make sure we're ready, and I totally respect that and see that. But I don't like her manner. You know, she has to understand this is our dream as well. She's trying to shatter, and I do see it that way. She is trying to. She does not want us to go. I don't think.
How are we doing?
It's only 18 hours since Lynn's last inspection, but Ben has some amazing news.
Radio license is we have a radio license, and it's been printed, and it's in the hands of someone who is flying out tomorrow.
But
And the other good news is that I can give you
a life raft certificate.
certificate of service for a life raft with a Solus B-pack, all on board, lanyard tied. I don't get too excited before you.
Okay, so your life raft issue sorted.
Very good. Yeah, it's resolved.
It's not over yet. While friends and family wait nervously, Lynn completes her final checks. Their Atlantic dreams are in her hands.
This late stage, it's too late to start worrying, have they been unjustly penalised or should they have done more? But they will be absolutely gutted if they aren't put in as a qualifying boat.
There are only minutes to go before the launch deadline. It's down to Lynn now.
Well, you really impressed me.
Okay,
You can go in the water.
10 to 5 on Friday. It's actually going in the water. So less than 36 hours before the race. And we've got the next 20 of them we're going to spend out at sea. And then we come in for a little bit and then off we go, across. Yeah. Going up now.
With less than 2 days until the start, this will be the first time their boat has ever been in the water.
We don't know if it floats, we don't know if we're going to be able to take part in the race. It's still all the unknown. I think a small smile has started to reform on my face after probably one of the worst days of my life. But it's far from over.
Congratulations! Glad to see it in the water. And right on time, within half an hour. I'm impressed.
There is such a buzz here, and I can see the adrenaline in the air virtually from everybody, and it's quite sort of contagious, and I can't wait for them to go. I can't wait for them to come back, but I can't wait for them to actually go.
When they first arrived, I just thought they were two celebrities taking part in the race. But now, I mean, they're both genuinely nice guys. They're working really, really hard, and they might feel like I've been unfair to them, but what they probably don't realise is I've seen so many different things going wrong at sea. And when I looked at what was not done properly on their boat, I didn't just see, oh, James and Ben haven't done this job properly. I just saw the practical aspects of being at sea that they weren't quite seeing with the same eyes as I was.
At last they're launched, but the 18 hours of sea trials will also be their first hours in the boat. As dusk falls, they head out to sea. And it's just as well that Lynn's got them on the water, as James has already found his first problem.
I need a lower seat because it's too close to my fire.
All the other teams have been rowing at sea, not just in La Gomera, but also for months back at home. Ben and James have a lot of catching up to do. Back on land, everyone else is going to the official last night party. The boys have to complete a variety of boat handling exercises in the dark, watched by a safety boat.
Have you got a retrieval line off the stern, a trip line that goes to the power anchor?
As the party draws to a close, the boys head back to dry land after a grueling night on the water.
I felt under a lot of pressure.
We were under a lot of pressure out there to perform, really. It was a reality check, that's for sure.
It was really good in the dark to try and put the power anchor out for the first time, and we were like, reading the instructions in the cabin.
I still think Lynn was a bit harsh with us, but we needed that. We needed to go out tonight. We definitely.
I don't think she was harsh, actually. I don't think she was harsh. I think she was dead right. We learned a lot in terms of how to set the boat up rowing-wise, because if we're not comfortable rowing, it's going to be really horrible.
The night row hasn't only highlighted potential boat problems, it's also highlighted possible problems with their relationship.
When we were out doing our sea trials, I saw a side of him I hadn't seen before, which did scare me a bit, because he was. There was a real sort of, "Why aren't you rowing faster? Come on, Ben!" Lots of swearing and shouting, and I was doing my best. He said, "I can't hear you panting. Come on!" And I've suddenly realised I don't know him at all, and I don't know what to expect out there.
With tensions running high between them, they're due to set off the next morning, and then another bombshell.
They've postponed the start. So it's not on Sunday now. It's now going to be on either Tuesday or Wednesday.
Despite the calm seas, a tropical storm has been forecast, and the organisers won't start the race until it's cleared. Which is handy, as the boys need yet more time to solve their new problem.
Last night we came in, and we were fine to go, but there was things we definitely would change.
And basically it's the lowering of the seats.
Out there, it was pretty rough, and you're not going to get that all the way, but we kept catching our blades, and it's a chance to sort of put into practice the teething problems that everyone else has done. When they've done all their practice, we've actually got 3 days.
We've had to do it.
We're pretty lucky.
While the other teams can relax and take it easy, James gets straight to work. But it's a major structural job, so he's called in some expert help. They've removed the vital seat runners in order to lower them before they can fix them back in place. It's a painfully slow process, and Lynn will have to inspect it all over again.
If it's not done tonight, they're probably not going to let us race, so we've got about 4 hours of light left in which to do this.
While James cracks on with the boat, Ben has to say goodbye to his family and girlfriend. They have to head back to the UK. It's a sad moment. They won't see each other for months. To add insult to injury, the storm arrives, not only dampening their spirits, but also soaking the half-completed seats and putting more pressure on the boys' race dreams.
We're still not there. I did have a problem when James announced he was going to chop the boat down. It's like a construction site right now. And that has made me... I've been so stressed by that. And I must admit, I'm a bit disappointed in James because we both had our set things that we were going to plan for this race. And James had to get the boat ready. And he's admitted that that was his fault, getting the seating too high. Anyway, a lot to do, very stressed.
The weather looks superb from Wednesday.
Next morning, Lynn has called a race meeting. It's good news for all the competitors.
So the good news is that the rumour that's been going around that we're starting at 11 o'clock tomorrow is true. We are going to go.
But not necessarily good news for Ben and James. Despite the delay, they still aren't ready. The seats are in a desperate state, and Lynn is coming to inspect them in 6 hours. this is their last chance to get it right.
That's as dry as you like, though.
Well, I don't think the alteration to the rowing seats is going to look pretty, but I think it'll be functional.
It's not panic stations quite yet, but it's not far off it.
We can rebuild her.
With the boat still under construction, James's wife Bev has come to carry out her own inspection.
This is snug, isn't it?
Do you like life in there, then?
Mommy?
Hello?
Mommy?
Yes, darling. Do you want to come in Daddy's house?
I don't think you could have expected more things to go wrong. If you were suspicious, you'd think that the gods were conspiring against us, telling us that they really shouldn't be going.
Now I've got 2 hours to get everything on the boat and past the scooter in for the final meeting.
All too soon, time's up. Lynn's here to give the boys her final decision.
If she doesn't pass us now, we're not going to get to race.
I look like I've rode the Atlantic already.
If she's not satisfied, then she's sending them home.
Well, I didn't think I'd ever get to say this, but as long as you're quite happy that you've got your seats and your pins in the right place, you guys are good to go.
Oh, it's been such a stressful week. Thank you. You needed to do it, I admit, and I apologise, and you did need to do it all. And my mother will be eternally grateful. So thank you. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Good luck, eh?
Thank you very much.
The boys have finally made it.
The fact now, I just can't wait to get to that start line and just get out there.
The race is on. With the race in full swing, Ben and James only have themselves to blame for what they've unleashed.
Oh, it's a long way to go.
I'm sore, I ache, I don't want to be here.
I think there's a storm in the offing.
But then the ocean fights back, risking everything.
Hideous night.
Ben is really struggling mentally.
Hardest thing I've ever done.
I've had enough of you, Fogle. I'm out of here.
Now it's down to a TV presenter, an Olympic gold medalist, a 24-foot rowing boat, and the Atlantic Ocean.